Welcome back to Charlie's Caterham Challenge with me, Charlie Butler Henderson. As you may have seen last week, we've got 4 contestants being put through their paces to have the chance to win a top motoring prize. It's taking place here at Bedford Autodrome Palmer Sport, where our contestants have the chance to drive Jaguars, Vauxhalls, Mitsubishis and Super 7s. But I couldn't possibly do that on my own, so I've got my partner in crime, Ollie Wilkinson. In this series, we'll be putting 4 contestants up for our challenge of driving skills, including following the racing line, the heel and toe technique, braking skills and cornering. We picked the Caterham because of its raw racing appeal. It's lightweight, inexpensive and handles as well as it drives. This car is responsive with a capital R. But each week we'll really test our competitors' mettle as we also get our competitors to thrash around the track in a different car. Later in this episode they'll be getting to grips with the fabulous Caterham 7. This car will give our competitors the chance to test their newly found gear selection skills. The Caterham has an unbelievably tight box with a standard 6-speed H-pattern box. All in all, a great test for all our contestants. Graham Brown is an estate agent from Bedford whose idea of a deceptively spacious place is in the cockpit of a racing car. Justin hails from York, where he tries to have fun behind the wheel of a bus, but it's difficult to get decent G-force thrills from a double-decker around the Town Hall Square, isn't it? Matt is a London-based corporate entertainment director, and his idea of entertainment is to fully control a throbbing motorised beast round a track. Meanwhile, Pippa Ray is the youngest of our contestants who has a job in the world of physiotherapy, but has she the muscle to win? All our competitors will win a fantastic prize. 4th place will win a single-seater driving experience at Silverstone. 3rd prize winner will experience the Motor Racing Gold. 2nd prize will get the chance to drive a Ferrari racing car. But the winner of Charlie's Caterham Challenge will win a Formula 1 experience, including an overnight stay. Gear selection isn't as easy as it may seem. You must change gear while you're braking for the corner, as well as making sure you're in the correct gear for the exit of the corner. This in turn will give you a great run on the exit and better lap times. So this week's challenge, Matt, is gear selection. How do you think you've been getting on with the gears?
Not too bad, but they are quite difficult. Sometimes you do miss a gear and hit the throttle instead when the gear's not engaged yet, so they're quite tricky.
And also trying to get the throttle off at the right time, the clutch on, trying to get the proper
sometimes you put too much power in before you let the clutch out and stuff, so it's quite difficult to...
trying to get the perfect gear change.
Definitely, yeah.
Good stuff. Yeah. Well, good luck, have fun.
Cheers, Charlie.
Cheers.
If you like, you can try going into 2nd gear here with flipping the throttle. Brake and blip. Good, good, you're doing alright there, that's good. Up to 3rd gear, so we're going to use 2nd gear now, alright? It gives you more practice. Okay. Start to build up speed. Obviously the more you can do it when you're going quicker. Okay, now down to 2nd. Good, very good, that's good.
Well, you certainly gave that gearbox a run for its money.
Yeah, it's great. It's it's brilliant. It's a lot more work to do. It's quite a lot more difficult because in 2nd gear, coming out of the corner, there's a lot more power there. But it's great and really, again, you know, like last week, because you can feel the car going a lot more quickly.
Right then, Pippa's next, Ollie, so enjoy that. Let's have a look at Matt's laps. Matt's improved from last week with his gear selection technique, and I think Ollie was very, very happy with his level of concentration and how quickly he picked this technique up. Well done, Matt. Next up on track is Pippa. Right then, Pippa, the next challenge is gear selection. Are you looking forward to this challenge?
I'm a bit nervous about this one. I think my gear selection is probably one of my not such good points, but
you're going to get
give it a go.
You're going to get it to change a lot more this time, aren't
Definitely, yeah. I've got to agree with Pippa because when we've been out before, she hasn't really been thinking too much about the gears.
Good stuff. Well, good luck. Enjoy it and be safe.
Now what we're going to do, we're going to use 3rd and 4th gears here, okay? We're going to go down the straight in 4th gear, and we're going to go down to 3rd gear into the straight. I want you to try flipping the throttle for me, going down to 3rd. So brake, flip it to 3rd. Not too bad, I could hear a bit of an engine note there. Alright, we'll keep it in 3rd for the moment. We'll start going up the gears as normal, up to 4th gear, and then we're going to go to 3rd gear in a bit, okay? And do the same thing. Brake and blip.
If I'm not mistaken, it looked like you were struggling a little bit out there.
Yeah, that was tough.
It's not easy, eh?
No. And the more skills you learn, the harder it gets because you need to apply them all. So.
Good stuff. Right then, we'll go and get yourself a well-earned drink. Justin, you're next, but let's have a quick look at Pippa's antics gear changing. Pippa on the gear selection technique struggled a little bit because being in the Caterham, being quite a firm car to drive, I think she struggled physically changing gear as quickly as Ollie wanted her to, but a great effort, well done. Next on track is Justin. The next challenge for Justin is gear selection. How do you think you've been using the gears so far?
I don't think I've been too bad with the gears, but again, I think Ollie will get me knocked into shape and get me driving a lot better.
Is that true, Ollie? Is that correct?
Oh yeah, definitely. You've still got more to learn, that's for sure, and hopefully we'll get you going even quicker, which is, I'm sure the competitors are quite scared of that already.
Oh, but, that's the plan.
Right then, let's get cracking. Gear selection, off you go.
Yep.
We're going to try it here first. Go to third gear. I want you to see if you can actually flip the throttle. Brake. Good. Nearly. What you did there, you would sort of change before you start to flip the throttle, you see. So make sure your foot's on the clutch when you do it. That's it. Now we're going to go down from fourth to second gear here, okay?
Yeah.
Alright, so I want you to try and flip it twice, quite quickly. Now that was good. The last one was good. We could feel that there. We could hear it.
Yeah.
Looking good, pal, looking good.
Get in there, get in there.
I tell you what, you're really pushing it now.
He was definitely. How do you find
it? Yeah, it's coming together a lot better now, and especially going down to second gear. And like you said, the car is so lively coming out of the corners, you can just, you know, power it all the way out through the gears. Yeah, it's great.
Right then, while Graham's getting himself comfortable in the car, let's have a look at Justin's techniques. Justin's done well again on the gear selection technique, so well done. But I think he should have done, really, considering he drives a double-decker bus day in, day out. Next on track is Graham. Now that Graham's got himself comfortable in the car, let's see whether he's ready for the next challenge. Graham, gear changing is the next challenge. Are you ready for it?
I'm probably going to do it as well as I did my braking.
Right, how was that then, Ollie?
Well, I've got a few extra decibels in my voice this week, so hopefully he's going to listen to me when I say change the gears and everything. So if you can just do that, listen, it will all be fine.
Well, good luck with the next challenge, and Ollie, good luck as well. All right?
Thank you very much. I'm going to need it.
Have fun.
Cheers.
Good. Okay, brake, and then third gear, off the brakes. Good, using all of the road. Okay, turn in. Good. Brake, down to second. And that's it, and we go around using all of the road, and then hard on the pad. And we're going to go to third gear for this corner, because it's quite a long corner back into the start-finish straight. Otherwise you'd be changing halfway through the corner and losing time. Down here you change at nearly 7,000 RPM up to fourth, then you brake down to second gear for this one.
Graham, I would like to shake you by the hand. So, how did you get away with it, first of all?
He kept on shouting at me, and I just thought, well, I've got to do something right on this outing, because I hadn't done many other things
so
right.
you could hear him then?
Oh, I could hear him all right.
Well, he could hear a noise at least. I don't know whether you could hear exactly what I was saying though, but you did all right.
How did the gears go?
The gears, I think, went okay, except I was trying to go down gears before braking instead of braking before going down gears.
While Graham has a little break, we're going to have a look at his footage. Graham's gear selection technique wasn't up to scratch at all. He didn't really listen to Ollie. I think he was a little bit nervous, but from outside the car, the gears were all over the place. He was going into a corner in fifth gear as opposed to third. Just didn't listen to Ollie, really. A bit of a shame. So, very little points for Graham. It's getting tougher at the top now, but here's Ollie to reveal the scores after the gear selection challenge.
It was another really interesting session, but there has to be a first place, and today I'm going to have Matt. Matt, you did really well. Really good improvement. Excellent, really good stuff. In second place today, I'm going to put Justin.
Thank you.
Again, you did really well. You listened to everything I said, and you did improve, which is the important thing.
I enjoyed it.
Now, the last two were very, very close, and I'll probably be shot at some stage, but I'm going to have to go for Pippa in third place. The reason I've gone for Pippa in third place over you, Graham, is because Pippa was actually listening to what I was saying, and she was quite sympathetic with the car as well. Where you were going down is where you were changing gear before you're actually braking, so we could have actually blown up 3 engines in the process of trying to learn the gear selection.
Well, that's it. Join us after the break for more action at Palmer Sport. Hello and welcome back to Charlie's Caterham Challenge. Now it's time for all our contestants to be put through their paces in the Caterham 7, which I raced last year. And from past experience, you don't finish driving a Caterham 7 without having a huge smile and the seat of the pants driving experience. But first, drivers, start your engines.
Okay, right, so you're going to go around this bend, you're going to get up to 4th gear, then you're going to go down to 3rd gear for me, okay? And I want you to try and blip the throttle. We're going to do this for a couple of laps, and then we're going to try 2nd gear, okay? Okay, brake, blip the throttle. Good, 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 good. You know, that's a good try. Right. If you like, you can try going into 2nd gear here with blipping the throttle. Brake and blip. Good, good, you're doing all right there. That's good.
I think everybody's doing really well. I think Pippa's a bit of a dark horse, and like Black Beauty, in that yeah, she's improving very quickly, and she's got the natural skill there. So we'll see. We'll see. Watch this space.
Okay, stop using the power. Go, 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 go. Okay, dab the brake, turn in. Your car's a lot livelier in 2nd gear. Hard on the power, hard on the power. Up to 3rd. Good. Up to 4th. Good. Yeah, don't go down a gear before you brake. Okay, turn in. Good, 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 good. On the power, on the power, on the power, on the power. Good. Brake down to 2nd. Good, much better.
Well, very interesting for the sessions up to now. We've always been using 2nd, 3rd and 4th only, and now we're introducing 2nd, and we're introducing 2nd at an earlier stage. So you've got to go down 3 gears and brake and get round the corner and stay on the racing line. Nightmare. I think I nearly blew the engine a couple of times. I gear changed for braking, and you know, a couple of donuts here or there. It was tough, really tough.
Well, the more skills you learn, the more skills you've got to apply each time you go out. So the more weeks that go on, the harder it's getting.
So come along, brake and blip. Blip it. Oh, you blip the throttle, but you didn't have the clutch down, you see, so that's how we surge forward. So make sure when you blip it, you've got the clutch down, blip it, and then go down the gear, okay? Alright?
I think so.
I know there's a lot to take in, and it really is hard, and it takes us many years of practice. It really does.
Pippa's out on the track at the minute, doing gear selections. We've just been looking out of the window, and she's looking a lot more impressive now, so I think the results are going to get a lot closer. I'm next out on the track, so I've still got the butterflies, but looking forward to getting out on there and seeing how I do.
It's my weak point anyway, really, the gear changing, and again, it's another skill on top of everything else we're learning. And I was concentrating so much on trying to get that right that everything else was the braking wasn't as good, and so I felt that was quite tough, and I didn't do my best really.
We're going to try it here first. Go to 3rd gear. I want you to see if you can actually blip the throttle. Right. Good. Nearly. What you did there, you would sort of change before you start to blip the throttle, you see. So make sure your foot's on the clutch when you do it. Well, we'll go around again. Now, when we go down to this next corner, we're going to just go down to 3rd gear, okay?
Yeah, okay.
So it just gives you a bit, you know, just to less to think about. So try and blip that throttle.
Not quite enough.
Not quite enough, no. You need to be quite aggressive with the initial blip.
There's a lot more to motorsport than just racing fast cars around a track. There's a lot more technical thought goes on behind the scenes to check that the car's okay. Ollie and I recently attended a test at Brands Hatch in the Renault Clios. What are we doing at Brands Hatch? We're here on the first official Renault test day where we've got Renault Clios, which is what Ollie and I are doing, and we've got Formula Renault as well, which is like a single-seater form of racing. So Renault have 2 classes that are racing in a touring car package, and it's the first official one really. We've had 2 tests before that, one at Donington and one at Snetterton, but this is where all the Clios come out the closet, and we actually see who is quickest and who's been lying over the winter testing. The day's going well, but the weather is being a real mare, to be honest. It was dry for the first 4 laps we did, but because it was the first 4 laps we did, it was very, very cold. The tyres were cold, the engine was cold, so we didn't really get to do any laps at all. And then as soon as we did start to get some warmth into the car and tyres, it started to rain and spit and drizzle. So in racing, it's either better if it's really, really dry or really wet. but because it's sort of in between, we don't know what tyres to put on. It's just a bit of a mismatch, really, to be honest.
The day's been okay. It's actually been my very first day back in the car all year, so we've been shaking it down. This morning was a little bit mixed in terms of conditions. It was sort of drizzling, so it wasn't quite wet enough for wets. We just shred them up, and it wasn't really dry enough for slicks either. So it's quite treacherous. A few moments out there, and a few of the guys, competitors, were having a few moments as well. But all in all, it's been going quite well. I'm looking forward to this afternoon, and we hope it will dry out and we get some real good running in. I've had a few hairy moments today in these slippy conditions, because as you can imagine, with the slick tyres and the greasy surface, at Graham Hill Bend, for example, here at Brands Hatch, I've had the back end try and come round on me a couple of times. I've been lucky enough to get away with it, but a couple of my competitors haven't been quite so lucky. They've caused a few red flags by hitting the barriers once or twice. So whilst I've been lucky, others haven't quite been.
Test days are basically days that you've got the circuit to yourself, you can do whatever you want to do, you can come in whenever you want to come in. You don't have to be in front of all the press and all the media and stuff. You can just do whatever you want to do. Do 2 laps, come in, change something. It's just really to do anything that's wrong with the car you can play with, having time to do it rather than being on an official race day. We're only a limited amount on time for qualifying.
Testing days are really good for 2 reasons, to be honest. The first one, from a driver's point of view, is that you actually get to learn the circuits, which is really important. You also get to do a setup on the car for the circuit. From the team's point of view, and I'm here with XL Motorsport today, what they'll be looking for is how the driver interacts with the mechanics. It's always a communication thing, so the drivers will always be relaying information to the team, and with their vast knowledge, they'll be working flat out to make sure they can get the correct setup on the car from the information you give them. So overall, it's a 2-way thing for the team and driver to basically ultimately get the best out of the car.
The car's good. It was stickered up on Monday and Tuesday by the team. They did a cracking job doing it, and it just looks fabulous. Everyone's talking about it, and the handling of it is good, it's perfect, but it's just me trying to get used to it. I'm just trying to get used to it now in these conditions. Haven't driven in these slippery conditions before, so I'm just getting a feel of it, really. It's a bit different from what I'm used to with rear-wheel drive cars, so, but enjoying it though, it's good. I'm tipped to do pretty well in the championship, so that's good, but it's a bit of pressure. But if I can come in the top 3 to top 5 today, I'll be happy, but keep at a consistent level on that for the rest of the year, top 3 to top 5, I'll be really pleased. It's good.
From my point of view, it's really good. The car feels solid, it feels where everything seems to be where it should be. So I'm really looking forward to later to working on it and getting it more to my driving style and ultimately being the quickest here today.
That's enough fun and games for the moment. Down to the serious stuff, which is the time trials. Matt, let's see what you can do. Come on, pull a good time at the bag for us. You can do it. It's really starting to pick up the pace now. It's really trying. On the right line through there, it's good. Time's looking good at the moment, but he still needs to really claw up about 2 or 3 seconds on our consistent time leader, Justin, who's been doing very well with the times. Coming up for the finish now. That was Matt going past for the gear selection time trial with a 53.10, so you can still find a little bit more, I'm sure. Right then, Pippa's time trial for gear selection. Go! Stopwatch is going. Brilliant, good girl. Come on, right, keep powering around that long right hander. Like I said, it's a difficult one, especially because you've got to hang on and change gear around that corner. Accelerating around the top bend. Okay, she's coming up for a checkered flag at the end of the lap. Lap's looking very good indeed. Come on, Pippa, you can do it. Show the boys how it's done. Come on. Pippa's lap time for the gear selection is a brilliant 56 seconds, .03. Well done, Pippa. Come on, Justin, you can do it. Go! A lot smoother on the brakes that time. Back end of the car's just sliding out. You can see him working at the steering wheel there, really trying to control the car, the position he's put it into a slide. Right then, nearly there. Coming around so quickly, I've got to get the flags ready. Again, I think it's going to be another blistering lap time, maybe even quicker again. Right then, Justin really is flying now with all the techniques. 50.48 is what he's just got, so another blistering lap time from Justin. Excellent performances. Come on then, Graham. Gear selection times, let's rock and roll. Okay, stopwatch is going. Come on, Graham, get those gears properly. See what his gear changes are like. Nice, very slick gear change there. Going off into the distance now. Okay, coming up to the end of the time lap now. Let's see what it is. It's looking very good so far. Come on, keep your foot in there. Even though Graham isn't putting in the quick lap times what he's done before, he looks like he's having so much fun out there getting the car really sideways. But for the gear selection, he got a 52.16, so a little bit of an improvement there for Graham. Well done. I'm now just about to reveal the time trial scores for the gear selection challenge. First up, we have Justin with a time of 50.48 with 5 points. How do you feel about that?
Fantastic, yeah. Surprise, yeah, but very pleased, yeah.
Ollie?
Well done. Well, it looks like he got on top of his gear selection because he was struggling a little bit when he was doing the trials with me, but overall it looked really good.
Thanks very much. Yeah.
Well done. Second up, we have Graham with a time of 52.16, and he gets 3 points for that. Well done, Graham.
Thank you, Ollie.
So you got on top of it then, that's the main thing.
Not fast enough though, not fast enough.
You don't seem very happy.
I wanted to beat him, didn't I? And didn't come here, just come second.
Never mind, I'm sure you'll get there. Moving on to third place, we have Matt with a 53.10. You get 2 points for that, Matt. Well done.
You let me down, Matt. You were the best, I thought, with the gear selection. I was rooting for you.
Sorry, mate.
Oh, never mind. And fourth place, we have Pippa with a time of 56.03, which is still a very respectable time. I think that's one of her best times she's done so far. And you get 1 point for that. Well done.
Thank you.
How do you feel?
Happy with that, yeah.
Yeah, Ollie, how did she get on?
Oh, big improvement, definitely. Really, really good. Looked like you're much more confident in the car. Really good to see.
Yeah, I enjoyed that.
Good stuff. So that's nearly the end of this week's show, but I shall reveal the scores for the gear selection challenge. We have, in fourth place, we have Pippa with 3 points. In third place, Graham with 6 points. Second place, we have Matt with 7 points, getting close. And Justin, you got 8 points.
Fantastic.
Cool. Well done, guys. Really, really improving with your driving standards. That's it for this week's show. Join us next week for more action.